Well, welcome back. Hopefully you watched my last video where I was talking about EDC knives that I actually do carry and have carried for years. This one happens to be one of my all-time favorites. It's not expensive, and as explained before, it doesn't have to be. You can get away with a $200 knife that is one of the finest knives around, but sometimes you want something inexpensive in your pocket, well, because you either want to save money or you've fallen in love with the design, and that would be this knife. This knife is the CRKT, or Columbia River Knife and Tool Company, or Cricket as I call it, 6130 Jettison. Now this is the full-size Jettison, and that's what differentiates this model number as the 6130. Now this is a $30 to $35 folding knife, and let me tell you something, it is worth every bit of that $30 or $35. I haven't had a single issue with this knife. Doesn't mean that other people haven't. I haven't come across too many people that have had problems with this grade Cricket knife, but let's talk about this one. Give me 1 second and I'll set everything aside. Get my EDCs out of the way and let's talk about this knife. Now this is the larger size Jettison knife, but it's a fantastic knife. Now just look at that in the hand, and that is buttery smooth on top there. There is no hot spots as far as the thumb position or the trigger finger position. It is, now some people don't like that have really big hands right here. They say you can get a hot spot on the back, but I have medium size hands and I have yet to experience that. Again, larger size knife. That blade is 3 1/4 Warncliffe. Isn't that nice? Look at the size of that. I mean, that is a stout blade. Now that is 8CR13 MOV, or that's that Chinese alphanumeric steel. But I'm going to tell you what, it's been a really nice knife. It's beautifully polished. For a knife of this price range, I just can't say enough good things about this. It has a stone wash stainless steel handle. It has the really high sheen stainless steel blade on there. All stainless, all nice, but it does come at a price. It is a little bit weighty, okay? It does have some solid weight to it, but that lends to a very solid feel. Now, a couple things that you may not like about this design. It is, again, a fixed clip knife that is tip up only. Now, I prefer tip up, so I'm not going to complain about that, but some people like to do a right hand and left hand style seating with their knife. So if it's tip up, some people prefer it to be tip up with, this is considered the right hand because the blade butts up against the pants. If you were left-handed, you can't really butt it up against your pants. Again, it would be like that, and if you kept it in the left-hand pocket, there's always the fear that that knife will open and you reach in there, nothing nice. But right-handed, flipper. Now why do I give it a little push? Because the weight of that blade, just flipping it, I mean, you can get it, but you hear it's not as substantial. I like to get that solid click to it. So again, the tip up only on this may turn a few people off, but man, it is buttery smooth. It does have nylon washers. It has to save some money. That's a little frowny face on my part. I would like to see this knife have had some phosphorus bronze washers. In the future, if I ever have issues with wear on the washers, I think that I might tear it down and put some phosphorus bronze in there, and then this knife would be 100% good to go. I mean, it would be perfect. That said, I've yet to have any problems with the washers. I've flipped it hundreds of times. I've put it through use. This one's been carried. If you look at the blade or you were to see the blade, there is wear on it. I haven't sharpened this one in a while. Haven't really had the need to. That point has been good enough that if you're opening anything or you're slicing anything, this knife has been good. This is a Carter design, so if you do look at a Carter Prime, for example, and see some other Carter knives, you're going to see similarities. Okay, so I do like that. One of the things that I do have high praise on this is this stainless steel handle. That is a stainless steel frame lock, and it's a good one too. The centering on it's very nice. It takes up a large portion of the blade, so you get a very solid lock on it. The way that it fits in there, you do get good tension to unlock it. And what I like about the flipper style is you won't accidentally close this knife on your hand because the flipper will get in the way. So, look at that. The lines on this knife are really nice. That Wharncliffe style blade right there. It's almost a sheep's foot type. I mean, you don't get the rounding of the sheep's foot, but I mean, you can just imagine. This knife right here is a workhorse. And it's a good self-defense weapon because the way that you can choke up on that blade like that, I mean, you can do some woodwork with it, but if you had to back off and use it as a weapon, that thing is intimidating. So you can go from a work style to a little bit more aggressive hold. Now, can you hold it? Because some people had asked me before, can you hold it backwards? Well, that's one of the things about this knife that I wouldn't feel as comfortable with. You can, and if you see, it has the position for my thumb, and it does have that to protect the pinky, but I'm not quite sure that I'd feel as comfortable with that in the hand. I do prefer traditional holding style on that. All in all, it's worth every bit of the $30 or $35. So if you're looking for an affordable, stout, attractive EDC, the Cricket 6130 full-sized Jettison could be the knife for you. Again, happy hunting, and I hope you find an EDC that doesn't break the bank. Thank you. Have a fantastic day. Look forward to my next EDC review.